So we come now to another topic, which is ethical dilemma. Actually, there is many issues actually in engineering ethics, but here, as we can see, is the maybe it's two of the main issues, main issues. So the first issue, which is actually maybe is this picture, it can give you something about this issue or situation in which there is a choice that has to be made between options, but none of these are good options. So guys, now you have rules and you want to follow that rules. But if you follow that rules, for example, these rules, the first rules take you to the first track, for example, to this way. And you have another rule. And these rules, it will take you to another way. Now we are talking, the rules is the principle, the ethic principles. Okay, so the first one, it will take you to one place, while the other one, it will take you to the another place, but none of these are good. None of these are good. So here it's will be very difficult for the engineer to make a decision. Very difficult to make a decision in such situation, and that's we call it is dilemma. So here, let's see. Example of this, for example, in the medications field. So, for example, if we are taking two principles, so the first one is the autonomy. So the autonomy, for example, what we say, which we have the person or the individual have the right to make their own decision, and we have to respect that, right? Also, we have the right to save the people life, right? So maybe if the people of this, if a person, he refuses to take a medicine, he refuses to take a medicine. So this is, we have to respect their own decision, maybe, but he will die. So as a doctor here, he have also, if he's following the ethics, also he have to save his life. He have to save his life. So he have to give him a medicine. He have to treat him well to save his life. So this is two things which is conflict. Also, it's means that two options or two rules we follow, but none of them. I mean, the doctor, he has now two options. If he follow the autonomy, so he should respect that guy and let him die. But if he follow his another principle, which is non-maleficence, right? Non-maleficence, that's which is we should not make harm for other people, means that you should save the peoples, so they should give him the medicine. So this is actually, this is an example, and it is more complicated than example when we have two options of for one problem, for example. So this is the first dilemma. So the second things also is similar, but it's different, that it's not based on two principle, but it's based on the personal ethics and professional ethics. So now you have to be, I mean, you have to make a decision, but you should make it in your personal ethics or based on your professional ethics. So if you are working in your business, so this should be based on the business or based on the professional ethics. So here is the situation where is the conflict between the personal and professional ethics. So let's now jump to the four ethics theories. So here is the four ethics theories, and the different is according to what, and the difference between them is according to what is held to be the most important moral concept, So let's go through this one by one. So the first one is utilitarianism. It's long word, but okay. Actually, it's come from utility. So utility. So here the idea behind the first one, it's so you see, as mentioned, is what's the most important concept or the principle, moral principle here. It's anything it can maximize the happiness of public, so it's the right action. Anything can bring the happiness, the utility to the public, so it's the right actions. So this is something, okay, don't look to any other things, just find what is make the people happy and what is that maximize the utility of public. So this is the first theory. So the second thing, which is Doty ethics. So here actually it's simple one, because it's based on focusing on the moral and moral principle and rules. This is focusing on the moral principle and rules. So, and according to this theory, people have a certain moral application and duties must follow. You have some rules, you have to follow that rules. So this is the important things of this theory. Okay, here they have some, as I mentioned, is rule. Something it's like the rule, and you don't have to, and you have to follow that rules. You have to follow that rules. For example, let's take a very simple example. They say lying is wrong. Lying is wrong. So, or lying is not good. So don't lie. Don't lie. So this is the rules. So you don't have to lie at all. So this is very simple. I mean, this is not the big issue of this ethics, but it's something like this. Anything is just follow the rule, follow the rules, and whatever is the outcomes. So just follow the rules. So since they already just only follow the rules, so this is the easy or the simple theory. Just follow the rules, so you don't have to think about any outcome. So the right ethics. The third one is the right ethics theory. So all the individual have certain moral right that must be respected and protected by the society. So here, everybody have some rights, so we have to respect that rights. So we have to act based on that right. We don't have to, for example, people have the right to life. So we don't have to harm the people or violate this right. So that's the last one, which is virtue ethics. Virtue ethics actually is focusing on, is not focusing on the right, is not focusing on the subsequence, is not focusing on any other rules. It's just focusing on the people, on the person itself, So here, it's approach that consider the person as a whole, rather than focusing on any other things. Okay, so as some people believe, especially the religion people, they say, okay, we have to build only the person. We have to build the person, and the other thing, it will be okay, and everything will be okay, and according to that, because we can say it's the first base of the society is the person. So first we have to build that person. After that, everything, it will be according to that, everything will be fine. So virtue ethics is an approach to the ethic that emphasize the characters and the habits of the moral actors. So here they call it actors, rather than the rules or the consequence, as the key elements of the ethic thinking. So the key elements of ethics here is the actors. So this is the four theories. So next is the code of ethics. So actually, the code of ethics is set of principles. So let's go to the second one. After that, we go here. A code of ethics is a set of the principles that guide the behavior of the individual. So we have now many principles, right? Many ethics principles. So it's the set of principles that guides a group of the individual. So who put this and why we put this? Actually, some professional organizations, okay, maybe they face some ethical issue. So they sit together, not exactly, okay, they sit together and they decide to make or to address that issue, and then they come out with some principles. This can guide the behavior of their committee, their member. And this is called code of ethics. So the code of ethics is a set of principles that guide the behavior of the individual or organizations. And this set of principle or the code of ethics, it's come to address some ethical or moral issue in their field. For example, engineerings, they have a code of ethics, maybe in many places, not every. So engineering, they have the code of ethics in their field. For example, maybe you can find here, as we see in US, for example, there is society or organization for engineering. So if you agree with their code of ethics, so that you can join them. So what is this code of ethics? Actually, it's provide a framework for the ethical judgment, express the commitment to the ethical conducts, define the rules and the responsibilities of the professionals. So here an example of the code of ethics. It's actually this code of ethics, which is called NSPE code. NSP code, which stands for National Society of the Professional Engineering. And here an example. First, if you see it, they start with something it's like an introduction. It's called Brimble. So here engineering is important and learning profession. As a member of this profession, engineering are expected to exhibit the highest standard and so on. So something it's about introduction about the engineering and the society. After that, here they start with the canons, which is the rules. Now they start with the rules here. What's the rules here? For example, the safety, health, and welfare means that this is when consider the engineer should consider the safety, health, and welfare of the public. Also, the engineer performs the service only in his area. Also, issue public statement only in an object and truthful manner. So this is some rules, and here another section also about the rules. If you see it is almost same. Okay, this is their way to write their rules, and here also professional. Also, it's come to in more details about the honesty, integrity means that they should provide the high standard of the honesty, integrity. So this is the how the code of ethics look like. So it's some rules, some that's issue the ethical issue, that's address the ethical issue. It's a rule that address the ethical issue. So this is all his rules that can help the engineer to make a decision. So guys, that's all. It was an introduction about the course. I wish you all the best.